The Clinic in a Case, your key to a world of treatment possibilities. What do the programs treat? The first program is titled Body Balance. It treats pain, scars, tendons, muscles, edema, stress, and it promotes healing on wounds. The second program is called Energizing for Wellness. It has a positive effect on deactivating sarcoma, virus, malignancy, and bacteria. The third program is Auto Sweep, that sweeps thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of treatment frequencies. All of this is automatic. Just 1 or 2 clicks and it starts to treat. Yes, it's that easy to get relief. The Clinic in a Case Eclipse 7000 can produce fantastic pain control. It has an anti-aging effect on the total body. It can produce a body detox. It supports the vascular system, increases core energy, immediately releasing it. Research shows that it can actually renew cell activity and tissue repair. It boosts the immune system, increases membrane transport, supports the vascular system. And the nice thing about this, it's all automatic. No knobs, buttons, or dials to push. The FDA has listed it as a non-significant risk device. It's easy to use. Again, to review, there are 3 body balancing programs for all types of problems. The first is body balancing, and that's primarily used when you're in pain. The second is Energizing for Wellness. This is used when you're sick or have been exposed to someone that's coughing and sneezing on you. The third program is referred to as the Auto Sweep program. This is used when you don't know what's wrong and just can't seem to get well. We'll learn more about that in just a minute or two. MicroCurrent is the key, and it's your body's power fuel. It gives every cell, tissue, and organ the energy needed for high performance. All of this takes place in the body balancing program. That's the first one. Here's an overview of how it can be applied. It can be used for pain in sports and injuries, due to exercise or overwork, stress. We all have anxiety and worry, and it can normalize tissue and help in the healing process. A research article showed that tiny shocks can offer hope to the paralyzed, and from Purdue University Veterinary School for Paralysis, they published this, that the unit actually can pass a very weak electric current across the damaged part of the spinal cord, promoting regeneration of the damaged tissue. He said the technique could eventually be used to help human paraplegics. Here's another research article that showed up in Minnesota Medicine, directed by medical doctors. It has to do with the treatment of decubitus ulcers. Decubitus ulcers are often referred to as bed sores. Some of these had been open from 1 to 11 months with either slight improvement or no improvement at all. Microcurrent stimulation was used and was administered using a pair of probes. They were treated 3 times a week for 3 weeks. Well, what happened? 2 of the ulcers had completely healed by the end of the 3rd week and remained healed. 7 days after the 9th treatment with microcurrent, the total area of the ulcers for an additional 3 patients had decreased by more than 99%. And that bed sore, that ulcer that had been open for 11 months, with the doctors and nurses trying all kinds of therapy to decrease its size, did decrease in size by 55% after only 9 treatments with microcurrent. At the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in New York City, William Lyman and his associates discovered that the infectivity of HIV was reduced from 50 to 95% after exposure to only 50 to 100 microamperes of electricity. That's like the current that powers a cardiac pacemaker. They found that the shocked viruses lost their ability to make an enzyme crucial to their reproduction and could no longer cause white blood cells to clump together. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Here you see a T cell, killer cell, white blood cell being attacked by the AIDS virus. This is not an artist's conception. This is an electron microscope photograph. It has been colored so that we can see it visually. What about pain control? Here was a study that was done on 1,531 patients. They had musculoskeletal problems. After the first treatment, everyone, for the most part, was 52% better. Approximately 50 to 60% reduction in pain. Now remember, this can occur in only a few minutes of treatment. Well, did it wear off? Was it in electronic aspirin? No more than that. No, there was a 20 to 35% carryover into the next treatment. And as you can see, by the end of the fourth treatment, 90 to 100% were considerably better. And after 10 treatments, 90.5% of the 1,531 patients were down to a 0 to 1 pain level. Amazing. With real MicroCurrent. At the University of California, at a physical rehabilitation center, one of the older microcurrent instruments, referred to as the Myomatic, was used in this study. There were 283 patients. They had soft tissue injuries starting from the neck, the back, the shoulder strains, carpal tunnel syndrome, epicondylitis, or tennis elbow, headache, thoracic outlet syndrome, radiculopathies, tendinitis, ligament strains, knee injuries, TMJ, and paresthesia. If you notice, these 283 patients in the study were divided into 3 groups. The first got microcurrent only. The second, microcurrent in drugs, which, as you see at the bottom, it was either Flexeril, Naproxen, or Motrin. The third got the traditional physical therapy treatment with drugs, hot pack, ice, massage, ultrasound, and manual therapy. Well, what happened after the treatment? Microcurrent only got these people back to work in 8.7 visits. They added the drugs to the second group, and they got them back to work in 8.6 visits. 0.1% was it worth the side effects of those prescription drugs. Physical therapy and drugs, including hot pack, ice, massage, ultrasound, and manual therapy, took almost 2.5 times longer than just treating with microcurrent alone. How can a micro amount of electrotherapy do all of that? Well, there's plenty of research out there about microcurrent, and the fact that most people don't have enough of it. That's when symptoms began on a cellular level. Here's one research article from Clinical Orthopedics, a very prestigious peer review. They found that the type of current found in TENS units and other big tabletop units that are very common in hospitals, physical therapy clinics, chiropractic clinics, acupuncture clinics, and so on, that they were using the milliamp therapy, whether they called it TENS or not. Statistically, over 99% of the therapy given is in this category. Now notice on the left column that ATP, which is the energy on the inside of each and every cell in your body, at traditional levels of even a belt loop TENS unit, can lower that vital energy on a cellular level down as much as 50% below normal. Cell membrane transport has to do with getting the vitamins, the nutrients through the cell wall. Again, using a tens unit, or using milliamp to be more specific, it actually closed down the cell's ability to absorb what you're taking to make yourself better. Protein synthesis, again, down as much as 50% below normal. Specifically, what they were measuring was amino isobutyric acid production, which is the keystone of or trigger to start the healing process. On the right column, notice what microcurrent effects had on the person. Instead of dragging down the energy on a cellular level, it actually temporarily boosted up as much as 500% above normal. Cell membrane transport allowed the body to absorb what you're taking as much as 30 to 40% more. Protein synthesis actually speeded up the healing process by as much as 73%. That research was challenged, and so at the Medical University of South Miami, they said, we're going to look at this again. They found 5 other healing factors that occur with microcurrent that does not appear to take place with the 99% of the instruments that everyone is using. Fibroblastic activation takes place. That has to do with how quickly you heal. DNA synthesis. How important is that? Friends, that determines how long you are going to live, along with the ATP. T lymphocyte activation, or the killer cells. It activates them to get rid of the virus, bacteria, fungus, and other catastrophic problems in your body. That's your Army's defense system to keep you healthy. Insulin binding. Who needs that? People with blood sugar problems. Calcium channel opening. Who needs that? Well, when calcium builds up on your joints, it's called arthritis. You got it right. With microcurrent, you can treat acupuncture points. You can treat the mature population. It energizes them. And you can even, with optional probes, treat through clothes. Your cells are the constructing workers that keep you alive. If they don't get enough energy, they starve. And there comes your symptoms. You can treat non-attended, simply placing pads over the affected area. You can treat trigger points in just a minute or 2. You can normalize muscles. You can treat acupuncture points. Another interesting application is you can do electromassage. Using some of the optional accessories, you can actually lift body parts that may be sagging a little. You can see an immediate difference. I mean, after the first treatment. What is this? Well, this older gentleman in his early 80s treated himself with a microcurrent device, and look what happened just a week later. How can you be treating the problems you have? Well, one of the easiest is simply to do foot-to-foot flooding. It improves circulation. It helps restless leg syndrome, gynecological balance, lymphatic drainage, just to name a very few. Here's someone that's treating her hiatal hernia with the BMW, which is an optional accessory, but it plugs right in. Someone treating their sore elbow and muscle with the BMW, which stands for Body Magic Wonder Wand. It works very well on necks, as well as every part of the body. Easy to use. Another optional device that can plug right in is called the cluster module. Here you see it being demonstrated to treat a sore shoulder. Mark Creer won silver medal at the Atlanta Olympics. He was out of the competition because he had injured himself a week before. 1 week later, he won that silver medal. How did he get back in the game? It was done by using the clinic in a case. In Italy, it even got a racehorse back into the race. Very good. It's not a mind over matter thing. There were 22 seminars that were given in 8 different countries about microcurrent. And here you see a health news magazine in Vienna, Austria. And basically it's saying in German, can you actually get better faster with less electrical current? Here are just a few of the clinics in Europe using the clinic in the case. Not only dentists, but also health centers. All of us have stress. We all have anxiety. It can affect us in our organs and our muscles. The research shows that used in a particular manner at specific settings that you can actually increase norepinephrine levels, an increase of serotonin levels, as well as beta endorphin levels. All of this has the effect of an immediate relaxation and good stress relief. You can treat insomnia, alleviate migraines and headaches, depression reduced, improved memorization, and that really works. It's a therapeutic aid in anti-dependence treatments, such as drug withdrawal. Increases the immune system. What we have just seen was just the first program that's automatic, 2 clicks on the clinic in a case. The second program is called Energizing for Wellness. Here's a brief overview of its applications. It automatically produces special frequencies for special problems. It may even incapacitate virus, bacteria, and fungus, as well as many other things. This happens often within minutes or even seconds. Well, we take antibiotics, herbs, and vitamins. These may take days to begin to accomplish the same thing. Energizing for Wellness, the second program, is a fantastic program. And what it does is it incorporates the frequencies that came from Royal Rife. Royal Rife began searching for a cure for cancer way back in 1920. He went on to learn how to destroy it and went on to actually cure cancer in animals. In 1934 he opened a clinic and he successfully cured 16 of 16 cases in 3 months' time. His instrument was very large and cumbersome, but it worked. News of this outstanding procedure and instrumentation and frequency occurred and appeared in the Evening Tribune of San Diego, California, back in 1934. Where has everyone been? What are the programs? Well, right here you're seeing some of the things that he discovered. These specific frequencies would actually deactivate virus, bacteria, mold, fungus, cancer, HIV. It's all around us. We need help. When other things do not work, the third program is called Auto Sweep. It does exactly what the name implies. Since there's no test or treatment that works for everyone, what has been found by many people, and remember, everyone is standing on the shoulders of other people, people who have tried to come up with specific frequencies for specific problems. The problem with that is the variation in the instrumentation itself. Plus, biochemical individuality of people dictates that people with the same problem may need a different approach, a different frequency. With the multiple wave auto sweep we're able to produce a full spectrum of harmonic frequencies within the body, allowing each cell to resonate with the appropriate frequency for your problem. Cells that are sick can be entrained by the right harmonics frequencies, which brings them back to a normal state so you can heal yourself. Georg Lakowski developed and presented that idea that each cell in the body has a microcellular oscillator with energy fields resonating with a twisted filament in the nuclei of living cells. And so the cell acts like a transmitter and receiver of radioelectric waves. This was actually patented. So because there is a burst effect of the auto-sweep program on these pathogenic substances, what can happen is hitting all those disease processes can actually deactivate them. This is a list, a long list, of hundreds of health problems that have been helped by specific frequency application. We'll give you a few moments to glance over some of these names. Now you can treat resistant health problems in just a few minutes. Power up every cell in your body. Keep it firing on all cylinders. Let's admit it. People keep buying more and more vitamins and yet are still hurting and feel bad. Too many options can produce a paralysis in your health quest, not liberation. Now remember, the research shows that microcurrent treatment can increase cell membrane by up to 30 to 40% above normal. In other words, what you eat can be used by the body may be increased as much as 30 to 40% more effectively. Bulletproof your immune system. And almost anyone can benefit from these kind of treatments on a regular basis. Just 1 or 2 clicks starts the treatment. Is it harmful to people? It's a very form of treatment that your body uses. It's very safe. It's like the body's own electrical current. Yes, the clinic in a case is a complete health system. Can it help you and your family? If so, call the number below and you can be referred to a representative who can give you more information.